erection of the temple of God. Now, and that being the case, we can see in regard to the biblical timeline, this was the time in which it was now time for that ark to find a resting place. For the longest it had been in the house of Obed-Edom, David had been wanting to bring the ark from afar and bring it close, because that was symbolic of the presence of God. Amen. And again, being the kind of believer he was, he liked to hang around the Lord. Do you hear me on this morning? God help us if we don't have an attitude of wanting to hang around the Lord. If we don't have the attitude, we need to even ask ourselves the question, are we of the Lord? Do I have a witness? Amen. Don't want to hang around God. Don't want to be concerned about the things of God. Well, whose servant are you? Am I right about it? Amen. God's people in some form or fashion. I ain't saying everybody to the same degree. I ain't saying everybody to the same level of passion as doing it all the same. But at some point, the sheep like to hang around the shepherd. Am I right about it? Belong to the sheepfold, ought to see you there sometime. Am I right about it? Amen. Bible lets us know very clear. You're going to gravitate to that you love. If God don't have your heart, then somebody else or something else has your heart. And he made it very clearly, no man can serve two masters. You ain't got double love like these folks say. You know, I got a honey on the east and a honey on the west, and I love them both. That ain't right, and that ain't right. Am I right about it? No, guys, you can't love me and love the world at the same time. You can't love me and yourself be the chief idol of your heart at the same time. That you either love one or you love the other. You hate one and you despise the other. Am I right about it? And David had made it very clear, regardless of the course of his, or the opportunities and occasions of his missteps, that he belonged to God and God belonged to him, and he loved the Lord with the entirety of his being. You know, one word going to stand out here in the record on this morning, amen, that catches the eye of God. You know, when it is all. Did you hear me what I say on this morning? See, God is looking for the presence of the all. He ain't looking for the presence of the piece, and he ain't looking for the presence of the partial. He's looking for the presence of the all. Are you following with me here on this morning? Amen. With all your heart. That's what he told Israel back in, amen, before they went into the promised land. You got to serve me with all your heart. Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with what? With all thy heart, all thy soul, and all thy might. In God's eyes, it's either all or nothing. Now, I know we got different perspective, but guess what? Guess whose perspective counts? It ain't ours, it is his. And a lot of us trying to figure out how come that Bible, how come the word of the Lord ain't unfolding in my life the way that the preacher preaching and the folks in written books and wrote. Amen. It's because you ain't did what it was required of you. And what David is conveying with Solomon ain't something that David talking about. No, he had firsthand experience, both the positive and the negative. When you're walking with God, the winds of divine favor are on your side. When you're out there on the battlefield, the arrow could be flying by day. Amen. Traps laid for you, but when you're walking with God, God is able to preserve you. Make a table before you in the presence of your enemies. Am I right about it? You come to recognize the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? So here you're listening to the voice of one who was seized